yeah, that's where I'm at. I blew up a crawler. My poor little taco totally just killed everything I have. Sensor motors now and stuff, programmable electronics. They've really turned the SCX24 platform into an incredibly high performance machine now at this point. And I mean, I think it's with good reason because it is very, very, very capable. And I'm also now, as I'm looking at this, seeing that I'm definitely having problems. I don't know, and I'm going to run this too much more the way that it does. It's definitely overheating the servos. So that was centered a few seconds ago, but now it's all of a sudden. Oh yeah. Okay. Anyway, I got two of these guys sitting on the desk. What's going on with them? Why did I turn the camera back on? Good question. Anybody got any parts out there you want to send a guy? Anybody got any servos, any electronics, things like that? I figured out that the MN99 electronics that I have running in the HiLux here, I'll pull the body and show you. I figured out that I think that's sending some pretty serious voltage spikes down the line to the servo, and it managed to cook 3 servos in less than 24 hours. 2 Axial AS1s and 4 servos. I went through 2 Emax as well. 1, and this one's now gone 2. And all within just, a couple minutes of the second one just within a couple minutes of putting it on the board. So I think this board has gone bad. It's overheating in some way, and it was kind of an experiment. It was kind of more or less just, sorry about the noise, I'll edit that. It was more or less just an experiment to kind of a proof of concept, or just to sort of get another truck running, and I did so on the cheap with some electronics that I had from a crawler that I don't necessarily run anymore, or I run, but I just use different electronics and I kind of upgraded and use different stuff. And so you get with those MN99s some really, some fairly well-built electronics. It's modern. Their chipsets are good. Their op amps are nice, so on and so forth. Everything's fine. But for whatever reason, this just didn't seem to get along with the servos after a couple of days of running. And it cooked them fairly quickly, which is kind of a bummer. I was really hoping that this was going to stay running long enough that I'd be able to kind of make use of it as a fifth microcrawler. So, yeah, what is this video about? And well, I don't know. Maybe I'm asking some of you guys out there if you know how a guy can get some free stuff. You know, quite literally. I mean, my channel's been up for about a year, a little more than a year now. The following has grown quite a bit. I'm not begging for money or anything like that, but it'd be kind of cool if anybody was out there that wanted to have their stuff installed, tested, talked about, anything like that. If anyone out there sees this, is listening, anything like that, or even if you guys out there that are subscribed to this channel are listening and watching and they're like, hey, you know, I've got a couple things I can send you, man, I'll take it. Don't send me your garbage, but because I certainly don't want to take any man's woes. But if you have any parts that you're like, hey, I no longer use this, it's still good, it served me well, but you know, I can't really use it that much anymore. If anybody has anything like that, because I'm just at a point right now. I've thrown so much money at this hobby in the last year and a half. I have 17 crawlers, and that ranges from 3 RC four-wheel drives to, you know, just the list goes on. I don't even want to fathom how much money I have thrown at this hobby in the last year and a half. And so when you stop and consider stuff like that, and stop and consider you go to hook something up, and the next thing you know, you've got a pile of dead servos along with the other 2 that I killed, it hits home. So, yeah. I don't ever ask for money. I don't ever ask for anything for this channel except for you guys to, you know, hit like and subscribe and all that stuff. So if there's anyone out there that's hearing my cries, it'd be kind of cool, man, to maybe get a little tiny bit of an endorsement from somebody out there that might be willing to send some stuff through, and I'll definitely drop a big props in the channel for you. At any rate, yeah, I don't know. I guess that's pretty much it. That's my I'm begging for electronics request in this video. So what happened with this thing? Why is this in front of us? Well, I had borrowed the servo tray out of this in order to get the Emax into the HiLux. That was kind of a thing because obviously the factory stock ones don't fit the width of the Emax, and I know that a lot of you guys know that. So this was down for the count for a while, and then I discovered, of course, that this thing's had these Patagonias on it since it was built. My earliest video of the build on this truck includes having put the Patagonias on it, if I'm not mistaken. By far my most popular videos, I think, at over 10,000 views. And so I kind of was looking at this and realized that the Patagonias are considerably narrower than the Baja KR3s, and I have always really liked these Baja KR3s. The only reason I never ran them on this truck is when I got them, I decided for whatever reason I was going to run them without the foams, and I noticed that they really sat, you know, with quite a bit of droop in them, and it really decreased the ground clearance on this. And so I've been running these with foams back in them again recently, and it just makes them look so much better, and they're considerably, you know, taller with, you know, all the ground clearance back in them that I would need again to be able to run on this thing and feel pretty good about it. And the extra width is just amazing, and the traction that these have is just amazing. So they're back on the Rock Racer now for all it's worth. And plus this rig has, without a doubt, you know, ever since I built the stinking thing, has never ever given me a single problem. And so, with, you know, having built this thing up and within 48 hours, cooking 4 servos and being on the second motor, you know, I love the looks of this. It's such a cool little truck. I think it's, you know, a good idea, and I am going to complete it again at some point in time. But like I said, it's going to take somebody sending me, here's an idea. I know version 2 stuff just came out, so maybe there's some guys out there updating to version 2. If anybody has any what are they, the AE6 and the AX4s, if you're looking to let that stuff go for next to nothing, or you just want to be a true brosif, man, drop me a comment or drop me a message or something like that. I can get you my info, man, and you can send some stuff to Mark's channel, and I'll give you the biggest shout out you've ever seen, man. So, yeah, that's where I'm at. I blew up a crawler. My poor little taco totally just killed everything I have, all my spare stuff. So thanks for watching. Have a good day out there. I'm gonna go play with this thing to try and take my mind off of it. See you later, boys.